Hello there. Welcome to our webinar on ADHD, which means Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. Myself, Dr. Shoumode from ehomeos.com, and I like to promise you before starting with the topic that after 15 to 20 minutes you will able to learn each and everything about ADHD, like its etiology, how to diagnose the case, what is the management, mainly psychological management and medicinal management, and what are the risk, what are the other procedures of ADHD, if the risk and adverse effect if ADHD remain untreated. Each and everything you will able to learn in next 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, now start with the next topic. Now come to the etiology of the ADHD. Etiology means the causes which creates the ADHD. The first cause is the genetic cause. ADHD runs in families. Mainly, many researches are going on the topic of ADHD, and there are various studies that ADHD mainly affected by genetic effects. Actually, the studies like studies on twins proves that ADHD is a genetic disease, and study on adoption that also proves that that is not related to any other thing. Mainly the genetics is plays the important role in the ADHD, and there are various kind of researches which proves that ADHD is a genetic disease. Now come to the other cause like poisoning. Poisoning means other chemical poisoning like lead, or other drug addictions like addiction of smoking in pregnancy, addiction of alcohol which causes harm to the brain tissue of the baby, and there are other causes like trauma, major road traffic accident or injury to brain can cause ADHD. There are many myths also present regarding the cause of ADHD, like many people thinks that ADHD affected by some diets or some foodie stuffs. I like to say you that that ADHD doesn't generate or doesn't affect you from irregular diet, or some other people think that ADHD mainly affect the poor people. That is not the right thing. ADHD mainly, the main cause of ADHD mainly the genetics are genetic problem is the main cause, and the second is injury to brain, and other thing is addiction or any poisoning, lead poisoning, or addiction of smoking and alcohol in during the pregnancy which harms the brain tissue. That's all. Now come to the diagnosis. Now I am explain the diagnosis of the ADHD in a very easy way that you can also be able to diagnose. So comes to the diagnosis that ADHD is a disease which cannot be diagnosed in a minute of time. It requires more time, like 4 to 6 months, by observing a patient. And if you are a family member, you can easily diagnose a case of ADHD. Before starting with that diagnosis, I like to explain the classification of the ADHD. It will also help you to diagnose the proper type of ADHD. The ADHD is mainly three types. The first one is primary inattentive type. The second one is primary hyperactivity type. And the third one is combined type. Now come to the first type, which is the primary inattentive type. In primary inattentive type, you will find that the child is very inattentive. He cannot make the eye contact. He forgets little things. If you order the child something, he will pick up another things. The child forget to do homeworks. And the child may be upset or maybe sad in the class, doesn't react anything, any stimulus or other thing like the common other child's healthy child. if the teacher asks any question to the child, he or she cannot answer it properly, or forget the things. And this kind of mainly inattention for the long period and abnormal inattention can be seen in this type of child. And I previously mentioned that it is not a short term process, it is a very long term process. Because if you are a parents of this kind of child, that you can easily diagnose that child is abnormally inattentive to their classes, to their studies, to each and every relatives. Their behavior is also quite abnormal, that they are quite silent, and quite forgetful in nature, and that can uh, help you to surely diagnose the cases of primary inattentive ADHD. Now come to the second type, which is the primary hyperactivity type of ADHD. The child of primary hyperactivity type of ADHD may shows impatientness, like he cannot sit in a chair quietly. If you ask him or her some questions, he will answer very loudly, very quickly, that you hardly able to understand what he or she is saying. And the other point is the patient talks too much. Very talkative patient and very quick spoker. And the other point is the patient cannot wait for her turn. He always trying to speak, trying to do this or that kind of things, cannot wait for her turn or his turn. And the next point is the patients are very short tempered. They become angry in small little things also. And this is a very long term process. You can able to understand that the patient is suffering from ADHD of the second type, which is the primary hyperactivity type. Now come to the third type. Third type is the combined type. The symptoms of the combined type is a mixed symptoms of both primary inattentive type and the primary hyperactivity type. And you easily understand that there are many symptoms which can be mixed in a same patient. This mixed type of symptoms proves that the patient is suffering from combined type of ADHD. There are also some cases or conditions which could mimic the behavior of ADHD, like major life changes, like divorces, like any death of close friends or close relatives, loss of sleeps, and the lead poisoning, lead toxicity, depression, and many other such kind of things which may mimic the behavior of ADHD, but it is not long term. Now come to the risk of ADHD if it left untreated. The first risk is that the child or adults are not good in studies. They are very dull, they are very inattentive, they fail in the class. Many parents of the patients comes to us saying that my child is not doing good results, does not carrying good marks in exams, he study quite well, and but what happened that in exam he or she cannot perform very well. The second point is drug addiction. Many studies are going on ADHD, and it proves that the ADHD childs or adults are more addicted to the drugs like alcohol, smoking, or any other heroic medicines. And the other things that ADHD child are mainly depressed, maybe affected by the depression more than the common people or common child. And studies also proves that the ADHD child also attracted to the insocial things and insocial addictions. These are the main risks of ADHD if the person left untreated. Now come to the next point, which is very important, which is the management part. In the management part, I will explain you the two modes of management, which is the psychological management and the next is the medicinal management. Okay, at first come to the psychological management. In psychological management, there is also 2 points. The first is the parent education and the classroom management. The second is the cognitive training. In the parent education and classroom management, and the parents should give the training how to train his or her child, and the classroom should be more equipped with modern technologies and modern methods of training such childs who have ADHD. The parent education is most important thing in this psychological management, as the parents should know what type of ADHD his or her child have, what kind of behavior he or she should give to her child, what kind of training should be given to the child that he or she will improve. The next thing is the cognitive training. Cognitive training means the methods, the scientific methods which will help to treat, to educate, and to change the behavior of that child. Now come to medical management. Many studies have shown that the ADHD patients get quick relief through homeopathy. In homeopathy, there are many beautiful remedies which can be used in successful treatment of ADHD, and we have many successful cases, many successful stories which will motivate you that ADHD is curable if you do good psychological management and medicinal management. You will surely get relieved. In homeopathy, we have many medicines like Sina, Belladonna, Stramonium, Hyoscyamus, and many other lachesis, sulfur, medorinum, many other remedies to treat child who have ADHD. But I like to explain you that the self-medication is dangerous for your health. So please consult our doctors at ehomeos.com to treat you. You will surely be benefited. Stay healthy, stay fit.